and salutations, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful morning here. Just want to start off by saying today may or may not turn into a little bit of a not that exciting play. I'm kind of going to work some explore zones, I think, for a little bit, and then we'll see what else we can kind of make happen. But I don't know. Beef kind of made the suggestion last night, or made his input known that he would like to grab some tapestries, and you know me, I love hitting explore zones. So yeah, I'm gonna start farming up some taps. Now, there's a lot of good things about tapestry farming and farming this particular explore zone as a rule. And of course, the main most exciting part is that there's a whole lot of more goodies that come from here than just tapestries, right? And the nice thing about the tapestries, of course, is that you have a bunch of different helms that you can get. They're all very good depending on what you need. So it is worth the time. Kill these golems. Oh, good. Bark at us, dogs. Bark for us, dogs. Oh, they stopped. So it is still a worthy time on the hardcore server to go ahead and do this a little bit. I'm going to show you guys the pattern that I run. I feel like when I run this pattern, it doesn't take me that long to run through the explore zone and hit pretty much every potential chest. There is one here or there that I don't hit, but kind of play that by ear. These rats spawning. I remember if you hold still, the rats won't spawn. So if you want the rats to spawn, you have to move. So that gives everybody an opportunity to drink the heal potion if you need to, whatever. So even fighters can, or people who normally cannot self heal, can get an opportunity to grab some hit points back off of this if necessary. But yeah, tapestries are a great thing, a resource to have in mind. But like I was saying, there's a lot of other things that you can get. It's like you get started on your sigil. Sigil pieces drop out of this chest. You still have to get all 8 pieces if you want to do a litany, which means hitting this explore zone is actually pretty great if you'd like to be able to do litany on the hardcore server. You also can get some tome pages. I, for example, have I've been running this on Samius occasionally, and just in I don't know, the 2 days worth of screwing around in here, and by days I mean, I did it over one of the D&D nights, or one of the D&D Saturdays. See, there's a first tapestry. 20th of the way there. I on my pen and paper game, I like to do explores when we're playing, because it's usually pretty easy to just detour back to the beginning if it gets serious, or if the pen and paper game gets serious, or just find a place to duck around. You can often give explorers 10% of your attention and still be okay, even on the hardcore server. This guy just doesn't want to go. Why is he not taking any of the fire damage? Just randomly somebody who doesn't care about fire. Do you see any fire damage proccing? Why? Crazy. So yeah. Of course you have, like I said, the tome pages, the tapestries, and the sigil, but you also can start finding shields. So literally there's like a great deal of customization. There you go, that's a word. Customization is an actual word that you can have if by taking the time to run a little bit of this. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Hey! Toxicoma. I'm sorry, Toxic Mama. How you doing? Just gonna go over there and get him. It's Toxic Mana. Uh-oh. Don't tap you for 2 mana. Oh, not bad. Not bad. Can tap you anytime. Oh boy. See what I'm talking about? Bam. Tome of Legend 2. That now gives me 5 pages. 5 separate pages. I have a second, or a duplicate page 1 now, I think. Said it doesn't take very much for these runs to add up. Not very much at all. Alright, so I heard in Vaughn 6, right? Beef was telling me how, or not Beef, sorry, Nivmind was telling me how you got tripped and aggroed out in Vaughn 6, yeah. It's not easy, man. If it was easy, everyone would do it. No mice. So looks like we have the Beholder. Looks like we have Parquet. Parquet is actually, I think, a tough one for us. This looks like he's gonna burn. Boop. And a shield fragment. So now we're up to 2 awesome things. Yeah, I mean, those are both good goals. Like I said, I like the idea that the Reaper Cloak. I'm not that far. I'm not that close. I'm not that far. Go get him. Oh no! Alright, pincer. But see, I said things are adding up. Adding on up. Boop. I don't know. Like I said, it's a challenge, especially doing it the way that you were doing it. I don't think you had a constant group. I think you kind of had people come and go. You're doing a lot of pugging. You start looking at the world from that point of view. It gets tough. It gets tough fast. I don't know. Ooh, another pincer. Excellent. nice, actually. I don't know if I care so much about taps right now. I do, and I don't. Getting to the 20 hit points, or the Minos Legions for the Diamond of Vitality is important. I don't know if it's this level of important. Let's give him a love tap. Let's kill him with negative energy. I said we're not that close, but I'm also not that far away. We're a few, I don't know, probably 5 quests, 6 quests away from our 6th Reaper point. At 6 Reaper points, I think things start to turn around. Things really start to ease over in the R1 world, which is all I'm really concerned about. I don't need to take a lot of risk. If I can keep this character alive for what, 5 more weeks, doing R1s, we'll get where we're going. Samius is still on the leaderboard. He took back his position from Niv Mind yesterday. So I mean, I would like to do more, like move faster, be better, be higher, but I don't want to have like Samius 7, you know? I just want the one Samius. Just want one. Speaking of, something I've been mulling over for a little while, and I haven't... Oh, looks like we're going to have the fire elemental. I haven't really addressed that hard, but I think I may have figured it out last night. Is this dilemma I'm kind of having with Tobrel? Oh, there's no elemental. Huh, no rats and no elemental, huh? Strange. Having somebody to play post level 20 with everybody, Tobrel and Top Hat, etc. So I think what I'm going to do is when we transfer the new Samius, I'll go transfer into Iconic, Tiefling, knock out a class, Iconic Tiefling, knock out a different class, Iconic Tiefling, knock out a class. And then I need to figure out a build that I can do with 3 Tieflings for the run speed, and then 3 other classes. So he'll have a Wizard, and then he'll have potentially up to 3 other classes, 3 other TRs. So I need to start looking at builds to do that. And that'll be the person that I basically just use for that. Alright, we red alerted, so let's kill some junk. Let's dance around the firewall. Tumbling around the firewall like this pretty much guarantees that you won't get hit too much. We did take a hit in there somewhere, but I'm not sure where that was from. So, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to the idea of having somebody that I can gear up and play post level 20, like as a main post level 20 character. And that character being a Samius is pretty great. We don't have to go up this way. We can go around this way. It's always one of my problems is that every not Samius character is less important to me. And that continues to hold true. Wow. I think I took a lot of energy to get in there. Boo, no nothing? Excuse me. Excuse me. There we go. Let's just leave. Whoop. That being said, if I wanted to, I could turn Samius into level 20. So I would have the eyes and the level 20 cloak. No problem. I just haven't done that yet. I even talked about the fact that if I wanted to, I could TR that character. Could TR that Samius already. But just don't feel like it's necessary at this time. Now, TRing this character when it gets level 20 makes a lot more sense, right? Because then you can be doing the low-level Reapers again for that easier to find Reaper XP. Yeah, they're not as big as chunks, but just cast a firewall now. Sometimes you just cast firewall because that's what you need. Alright, I wish I had started a timer or something to get a rough idea how long it takes me to run through like this. We are pretty much done. There's one other explorer, or sorry, two other rares that I do check on, and then I shrine. We are very close to finishing my loop. If you run this loop a lot and you know a better way to hit the majority, I don't go hit the guy in the one crypts. Ooh, the rat is here too. Excellent. Love tap. Love tap. I dislike how the Death Aura doesn't trigger that. Another gem. Excellent. Also, I can't do anything with these guys, so I'm going to sell them. You only can hold one at a time. If you had a Flackery, what I like to call the trash can. No, sentient weapon. There you go. Sentient weapon. You could dump those in there, but I don't have a sentient weapon at the moment. Nor do I find it particularly likely that I will anytime soon. If you need to, you can of course pop into the Temple of Vol right there to get a shrine. If you need. Excuse me. My nose has been bothering me the last day and a half. Chick's not here. You'd be able to see her force field through the gate or the wall, whatever you want to call it. Put has perished. If somebody was really clever, they would figure out something that has is the last three words, or the last three letters. I don't have anything right now, but good. I've always found that you have to jump down there to get her to spawn. And because I don't really care about the kills, we can just keep moving. Yeah, I feel like we would see the chest from here at least. Yeah, okay. Some of these I'm not as familiar with as others. All the different variations for what's her name here is one of the ones that I don't know that well. Alright, and now what I typically do is I go over to this shrine right over here. There'll be like 3 dudes potentially to kill, or charm, or hold, or whatever you like to do. Just shot that light shit at me. Just shot that light ray at me. Alright, so 1 expeditious retreat. So 10 minutes. 10 minutes for the run. I don't know how many taps we got in this particular run, but we can call it average 3. Yeah, gross. But if it's 3 taps per 10 minutes, 2 people, say 6 per 10 minutes, then all of a sudden, it's not that bad. Not that bad. And again, it is a lot of XP. If you are just looking to cap out, say like from level 12, it's easy to get to level 12. If you're just looking to get your initial favor, I mean, look at me. I'm 200 away. 220. So that's not that much more. So you could get that 220 pretty quick. Say like even on hards. I know that, for example, Jerry was talking on his last stream that he feels like he's running low on time and he's gonna have to give up certain goals. Right? You're gonna have to give up. I don't think you're at that point for most players. I think most players would have to give up and go for the easier goals, like in the last 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks. Like if you're struggling to get to level 20, or you're struggling to get the 1500. Get a shield spell up. But I don't think most people are there yet. I think people like Jerry who don't have time to play 25 hours a week probably are getting close to that time. I feel like I just want to eat this guy now before he comes over with the cold spell or lightning bolt. Speaking of weird and cold spells and lightning bolts, no forehand yet. Also, I'm kind of surprised not to see Beef yet. This was kind of Beef's idea. I suppose worst case scenario, I could probably hand him the tapestries to get a hat. I don't know if I'd use a skiver, but I kind of want a skiver. Come on. Come on. Over here. Let's go. Into the firewall. Yeah, maybe I should have Cloud Kill running. Maybe Cloud Kill would do a better job of cleaning this things up. In the firewall. I don't know. Another right pincer, that's less good. Now we're repeating. Repeating does does us no good. Any first new versions of the items are great, except for tapestries, of course. Tapestries can repeat all day. Oh boy. Caught up with a couple of TV shows with the wife last night before starting the stream. That was a lot of fun. But not Suits. So we're going to finish Suits this afternoon. Might even watch it as soon as I'm off of work. I'm not sure yet. It is possible. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I do, actually. We'll probably start Stubtown or something. Probably start another one as our family show. The wife and I. Although Remington loves Suits too, also. Come on. Come on. No rare. Boo. Hiss. Come on. Just a rat so far? Give me a break, game. Give me a break. Yeah, that must have been 20 minutes. There's no way it was 10 minutes. Like that we're 5 minutes through now. We're like a third of the way in. Ooh, Parquet. That's nice. See if we can get lucky with the illusionary beam. Oh! Man, it's just going nuts. Nice. Take that. Take all of that. Alright, let's get lucky with the Beholder again. Beholder is one of the rare things out here we can just PK. I like that. Looks like no. Looks like the werewolves have spawned. I'm not sure. I know that the werewolves are something from the epic bleeding over. I'm not really sure why that is squirrely like that. Oh yeah, we shrined over here, didn't we? That's what happened. So yeah, probably 20 minutes to run the first half, and then we shrined, and then the second half. But see, that's what it is. 20 minutes to run sounds closer to correct. Still sounds like a really long time. Don't see the Beholder. I'm not sure if I need to stop and get mana here. Say if there's no more rares between here and the shrine. Do we need to stop and get the shrine? Chest is in here though, so we have at least one rare, which means we'll probably want to go ahead and shrine. Oh, I forgot to go sell. No, wasting money. It's okay. That's okay. Also, if you're looking for money, this is a great way to like grab a bunch of money. Look at that, our bag is already full. Things we can either sell or deconstruct. That sounds like a beef. Oh, it's a bin. A wild bin has appeared. Hey, man.
Yep, just lurking. Did my exam yesterday.
You're written?
Yeah. I had 8 hours to do it and I only used 6.5.
Oh, you messed up. You're supposed to use your whole time.
Well, it was a long time. You have to carefully.
That's good, though. I mean, if you're confident in your answers, that's good. Is this another one you're going to get back in, like, the middle of next month? I assume.
Because of being outside.
Hey, cutie. What's up? Apparently Ben just finished both of his tests. Got his... I think that means his boards are done. He just has to wait to see if he screwed up or not.
I'm sure he did great.
Yeah, I think he probably punted real bad. Now he's got someone to rally against to, like, ace it. No? Okay.
I guess.
I don't know what's up. I do know partially what's up, but that one's being weird today. So anyway, just word vomiting here from the mouth. Did not see anything super exciting on Twitter. I did hear about a feel-good story that people are trying to shoot down. So, can't remember this guy's name now. But, this guy held up a sign. It was like, need beer money, send it to such and such. And he ended up raising like $1.2 million or something with this stupid sign that says, I need beer money. Like, went viral and people were sending him a couple of bucks, whatever. So then he turned around and it was a college student. College student did this. And he turned around and he donated 1 million of those dollars that he earned to whatever his school's doing to, like, study childhood cancer, fighting childhood cancer. So he immediately donates. He was a millionaire overnight, basically, right? For free, just by coming up with a clever sign. And he donates that $1 million to charity. People have gone back through his Twitter feed back to like 2008 and found some tweets they don't like. And he was supposed to get all these, like, because people are like, holy S, this is like dead in today's world, right? Uh-oh, got tripped, got lightning bolted. That's creepy. Let's heal up here. Be a bad way to go. Talking about some guy giving away $1 million and just like get tripped to death in the Explorer zone. It's dangerous to go alone. Bring a friend. Hey Legion, good morning. So yeah, I don't know. I find that the idea of this story pretty uplifting. Again, Legion, in case you just missed it, basically this college kid held up a sign saying, please donate me for some money for beer. And he raised more than $1 million. And he donated $1 million to kids fighting cancer. which is a pretty awesome story. If someone handed me $1 million, I do not think that I would be a person that would turn around and donate or even half of it. I'd probably do that. I'd figure out how much the government would take in taxes, and I would give that percentage away to the charity of my choice. Yeah, you're gonna go ask for a beer? I don't even know if the guy's sign was that clever either.
It was something like out of Bush Light, need money for. I guess I could look it up.
Yeah. I was gonna try to dig it up, but I was trying to think of the guy's name, and it's not coming to me. Again, it was. I don't even know if it was that clever, but enough people where I like beer that they sent him $1 million. All I know is if I'm ever low on money now in the bus, I'm gonna go find a ball game, park in a parking lot, and hold up a sign that says "Need beer money." PayPal me $1. It's
very dumb. It's like Bush Light, need money, Venmo.
Oh yeah, he Bush Light was going to, or whatever the beer company that he was asking for was going to. Oh yeah, here you go. Bush Light supply needs replenished. Venmo, bam. Carson King. Yeah, this guy was, they were working on a deal. That's a lot of loud. Thank you. For looking for that bin. They had a sponsorship deal in the process. And apparently they pulled that due to pressure from people on Twitter complaining about his old tweets from 2008. Oh no, the college kid now said something bad on Twitter when he was high school, middle school, start of high school. Come on now.
I found a really good article by it was on BuzzFeed actually, and I forget who did it. I want to say it was either Piers Morgan or it was somebody on that line who was railing against cancel culture.
Piers Morgan's very anti-cancel culture.
I don't think it was him. It was another big-time liberal, but he was railing hard against the cancel culture of today.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. That idea of let's try to get you fired, or that idea I don't love.
If you have a product and you want to sell it, and your product is intellectual property, and say it's comedy, it was about comedy. It was what it was mainly targeted for. Mel Brooks. It was Mel freaking Brooks. He was railing against the cancel culture about comedy, about how Blazing Saddles would never make it today.
Oh yeah, it would not, and that's a lot of people's favorite movie. Blazing Saddles, Airplane. Yeah.
Oh man, Leslie Nielsen was.
A lot of those movies could not make it today. Oh, see, there she is. You would not have been able to tell that if you had not jumped down here. Let's just do it with the heel. With that instead. Yeah, a lot of those movies cannot get made in today's political climate. I don't even think that you could make some of my favorite movies from my growing up. Could you make American Pie today? It's close. Probably not. Could you make Bring It On? Because they're already established franchises, you can get away with making sequels or whatever. But if you were to make a new one, probably not.
I mean, how does pornography get made? I mean, that's sexual and explicit and offensive, depending on who you are.
I think that is not typically considered mainstream. So, I don't know. It's more of, like I said, the idea of the joke making and stuff like that is a little bit more, because that is mainstream, right? Laughing, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. And not to stay and harp on this any longer, because I kind of like to get off of anything political, but there was a brief little interview with Sarah Silverman, who I love as a comic. I don't like her politics, but I love her comedy. I know, it's weird, right? I think she's great, but I don't like Amy Schumer, which is basically a new version of... Anyway, doesn't matter. We all have weird tastes. Maybe if Amy Schumer was a brunette, I would be a bigger fan. But, like, she was at the Emmys this last weekend, I think. And they're like, yeah, it's ridiculous. We don't even have a host. And they're like, is that your way of volunteering? And she's like, no, they would tear me apart. It's a thankless job. Nobody wants to do it because you can't do it without getting destroyed. Like, well, that's the culture that we have formed, is that you can't be, one, there's no safety. You can't make a joke and people know that it's a joke, and whether you like the joke or dislike the joke, let it go. Wow, the dogs are just going crazy now. Can't let it go. I make a lot of jokes. I make a lot of jokes that a lot of people don't like. Especially in the evenings. Not so much during the day. During the day I try to keep my jokes a lot cleaner. Into like bad pun dad
Try to
territory.
put into air quotes.
I do try. But like it's pretty tough. Right? Like when people feel like even the comedians are not allowed to tell the jokes that they want to tell, it's pretty rough. That guy just got fired from SNL for telling jokes about how Asian buildings popped up in Chinatown. You know, it's like,
And that joke was how many years old? Like 10
it was
years old or
several.
something
It was
ridiculous?
several. I don't think it was 10, but it was several years old. He also apparently joked about how he was going to get hired to SNL and then immediately fired for some old joke. Like he was aware, like a year ago, was aware enough that this culture, cancel culture stuff, or however you want to word it, was gonna like go crazy. It's weird. It's really weird.
Like Steve Martin, he was on SNL and he played a skit dressed up as an Egyptian pharaoh. And people are railing against him. And even a movie that I enjoyed as a kid, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, with Kevin Costner.
Uh-huh.
The reason I watched it again, and I was cruising through one of those lists, and the list was about movies that aged terribly. I'm like, how does Robin Hood age terribly? And then I read it, and it was talking about how Robin Hood, the movie, was so racist because it was talking about using a racially derogatory term. I'm like, what racially derogatory term? And then it explained that Morgan Freeman, his character, the Muslim character, was a painted man. That was a racially charged term. I'm like, wait. That's what they meant by painted man? And that's how I found out that painted man meant he was black. This was not too many years ago. This was like maybe 3-4 years ago.
When you realize that meant
Like
black.
I Yeah, and he painted man, and I thought they were talking about the little dots on his face.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
like, okay.
I think they probably were both.
And I think he actually did have some little white dotty things painted
did.
onto his face.
He did. I
That's what I thought it meant.
can confirm. Yeah.
Of course, at the time I was like, what, 6?
Nah, you were probably
10?
gonna say you're probably in the 10, 12 range. You're a babe, but you're not that young of a babe. You'll be a
Not
grandpa soon.
At the time, I wasn't old enough to even know the difference.
Well, it wasn't in the forefront of everyone's conversations, I don't think. I think we had done a pretty good job of... Again, this is not what I want conversations I want to be having during the day. Why am I even checking this? But I feel like we had moved... We were in a good place of healing. You know, we didn't... Some people, it was a matter of their day-to-day life. You know, like race clearly for some people is a factor every single day. But for a lot of us, especially in our generation and newer, that kind of stuff was not, at least for me, something that I was concerned about. My sisters are Hispanic. You know, some of my friends are minority races. Obviously, a lot of different minority statuses. It just was never a thing for me to even think about was race or sexual orientation or whatever, other than like making the usual kind of like ribbing each other about shenanigans like young boys do, you know, because that's how guys show friendship, is with mocking each other without mercy. But if we, I don't know why I just lightning bolted that guy. But like the idea that I don't know. Again, I things just have changed. I feel like we have taken several steps backwards. Tome page 5. I don't know if that's a new one for us or not. I have to go. I have to get these things to Samius. Samius is currently the holder of the book. Mostly because I'm so afraid that Samius will die that he's getting babied. Which is probably incorrect, but that's what's going to happen. So, I suppose you did not actually get logged on to DDO and make a level 10 character in the time that you had, right?
Yesterday, you celebrate the test being done. Darren and I went to the theater to watch a movie. We watched... Crap, what is that now? It was a good movie, too.
Okay. Was it Rambo?
No. It was with Gerard Butler.
Was that the Downton Abbey movie?
No, it was Angel Has Fallen. That's what it was. And President Alan Trumbull, there was an assassination attempt, and it was blamed on Gerard Butler's character. And he raced around to one of his old Army Ranger buddies who had started a contracting company like Blackwater. He was the one who actually did it. Oh, sorry, spoilers. Anyway, so they find out who paid his old buddy to do it, and it's a movie about retribution and, you know, showing how the faithful Secret Service agent he was.
Cool. Let me see if I can get there, Legion. I may be too low a level to do this on this character. So let me switch over to Samius and see if I can't show you how to do that while I'm or waiting for Beef, if Beef ever comes. Ooh, this chest though. Yeah, I mean, sometimes those movies are nice, right? It's nice to go catch a flick. Just right now, for me personally, I think the only film that I'm even interested in seeing is maybe the Rambo movie, and even that's not like high on my list. Shield Fragment 8. Alright, so let's... Oh, I don't have D-Door prepared. Let's recall here. Let's see if we can figure that out. You're only level 15. Okay. Now, I currently have to jump through a lot of hoops because I don't have a key on this character to teleport to the Forgotten Realms side. So we're going to have to do some hoop jumping here. There's another restream update, software update. Jeez. We're several loading screens away. Let's just teleport here. Good dogs, good. Bark louder. Yes. Alright. So I'm over here in the Hall of Heroes, logging out. Logging in and out has been real buggy. Alright, transport to Forgotten Realms. Now, I don't know what the minimum level is to get in this Explore Zone. I guess we'll find out together. But I know that there's both epic and heroic versions. And if there's a heroic version, I'm assuming you can get in at a relatively low level. Alright, is this, yeah, here's Evening Star. Let's go to the Wheelone Docks. That'll save us a whole lot of running around. Southern Death is perched. Alright, Legion, so this is for you, bud. Looks like it's level 15. Wheeling Prison. So we teleport in. I'm going to throw a shield and a run fast. And if you basically turn directly, it's a directly, the direction is south, but to the left when you come in, you'll see there's an adventurers pack right away. And then there's another one right around the corner. And then, so there's two. There's another one over there. There's one inside this rubble. And there's one more behind this building. Sorry, this building. So, again, I think you said you're looking for a moon shard. And why we did not pull any moon shards in particular out of this run. I do not think they're that difficult to come up with in here. So there's 5 collectibles in what? A minute and a half? Oh, Pokey perished at level 12. Hate to see it. You really do, because I'm going to need those people to help do Vaughn at level 13, 14, 15. No, 14's the top. Yep. Well, like I said, that's the little run. I'll go do one more run and see if I can find a moon thingy. And this is just how I've been doing it. It doesn't mean it's the best way. But I do feel like... Ooh. A lot of trap over there. The poison would be a big deal if I was not immune to poison, by the way. So have your poison pots ready to go. Yeah, so far I haven't pulled any of those, but I mean, everything should be able to come out of those bags. Out of these adventure packs. While we're on Samius, we probably should have did this earlier, but let's take a look at this. So we have a 2 and a 5. Okay, so we now have a second 1 and a second 2. And then for the shield pieces, we got 2 new shield pieces. Great, so we're at 4 shield pieces. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tome pages. It's coming together. Coming together. Go pop back to the House Kandaric. I'm actually just gonna re-log in here. We're probably at that point in the game where if we switch one more time, it'll start to really have problems. As it is, we can't even get it to close. And it just crashed on closing. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. What else is going on in the news today? I'm trying to get Google to pop up, but Whenever I start DDO, it like wants to take over everything. Let's see, what's the news here?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, good morning.
Well, hello.
How's everybody doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Saw your own. I thought I'd give you a shout.
Oh, good morning. Yeah, so far pretty typical and quiet morning here. Just running some explorers. Beef inferred / said that he would like to do some explorers this morning, specifically out in the orchard, and try to farm up some tapestries. And I'm like, heck yeah, that sounds like a great way to spend the morning. Just BSing and farming tapestries, and he's not here. So we are BSing and farming tapestries without him. How are you doing this morning? I believe you said that you had an early morning this morning to get to.
Yes, I did. I had an early morning. Had to get up and do a couple things around the house and then run on Star Trek this morning early.
And to run on Star Trek.
Yes, they were shutting their server down. And they have
play Star Trek.
Oh, well. It's not. It could be a very boring game. I'm sorry to them, but the storylines are fantastic. The storylines take place 30 years after Next Generation, and all the storyline and history all linked together through all of the stories of Star Trek.
And they're shutting down the servers?
Well, they were going to do a major maintenance today, so they shut down like it says 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pacific time. So they basically shut down from 8 o'clock, and it should be shut down to 2. Hopefully they're back before then.
Okay, just doing some maintenance then.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah.
Well, most games will tell you if they're going to like shut the servers down and go home.
Well, yeah. Well, like I've been playing it about as long as I've been playing DDO, so they're that old. But I did like that you have a chance to buy a lifetime subscription for $300, and then at Christmas time they made it $200. But still, it's lifetime. You don't pay for anything unless you're buying something really off the wall.
Right.
So it's a good little investment. I mean, if I've played it for 10 years, that means I've got less than $20 a year. So basically, going to McDonald's with me and my wife and getting drinks and food, that's about $20. So that one meal pays for a year's playing time. But I don't like it because that if you die, it basically, the storylines are very mature, but the playing of the game is very childish. If you get killed, you immediately spawn back in the same location where you got killed in about 15 seconds later at the most. so there's no penalties. Although they do have what is known as elite quest for those who want to have a bit more penalties for dying, which everything takes damage and you have to go get it all repaired and stuff like that. But how is the are you on the
Hardcore,
are you on
yeah.
Salona?
Nope, on the hardcore. I'm farming up tapestries. It's been a pretty quiet morning, actually.
I guess I could come over and do that. I was just trying. Well, I need to get on Star Trek to see if they're up right now.
Need, he says. I need.
I have to do it. And the bad thing about Star Trek is I don't have it set up with Discord. So every time I get on Star Trek, I lose Discord.
Seems odd.
Yeah, but that's the way they got
I don't
it set
understand how. Like, the two games should not probably have anything to do with each other. Or
Well,
the game and the Discord server.
I think it's copyright information.
Seems
You have to
weird.
sign in and agree to their terms before they let you to attach Discord to Star Trek, even though Star Trek and my other game, War Thunder, both run through Steam, and also DDO runs through Steam, but I don't use it through there. But War Thunder, I had no problem getting on Discord through it, but Star Trek, there's some license agreements that I have to agree to before they'll let me do it, and they also have a special setup for it. So
Oh.
I have to mess with it.
Maybe they have some in-game tie-in or something that they use. So, like, you could use it as their in-game chat. You could use Discord. Like, they didn't build an in-game chat, they just built it with Discord. See, so I use Discord as a free standalone software. So none of the games that I barely use in-game chat of anything. It is nice that DDO has its own built-in voice chat, even though it's not always the best. But because I don't usually like in-game chat software, it's nice to have something else, something a little easier.
This is probably a dumb statement, but is it possible to have like a second older computer, like a laptop or a tablet, run Discord, and then have your headphones set up so that way they attach to both? They touch both computers?
I don't think you can have something like Bluetooth together for both computers, but you could do something like a phone or a tablet Discord, and then if you really wanted, you could do like an earbud type situation, but inside of your regular headset, or just play that Discord verbally, like on speaker. But I don't think you can have Bluetooth to two different things at the same time. I think the idea is that with Bluetooth is that it is like a wired connection, but the wire is digital. So I think it connects to one object at a time, creates a secured connection. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I'm not even sure if you could do like an old school thing where like it has a splicer. I don't even know if you could get away with that. You might be able to. That sounds terrible.
Well, yeah, it was just an idea.
No, it's not a bad idea. I'm just wondering, is there a way that
It's like my Jeep Bluetooth, it's for some reason is so powerful that it steals the Bluetooth from everything unless I set it up to do dual Bluetooth, in which case I still have to, like say if I'm coming back from the gym, I have to turn off the vehicle radio so my Bluetooth headphones are still going, but even with the radio turned off, the Bluetooth will steal it and pull it And I had to turn the radio on, turn the volume to 0, put it on Bluetooth, so that way the radio's not playing, but my headphones will still play. That's a problem I've been thinking about and how to fix.
So, your Bluetooth headset wants to be that priority object all the time?
The Jeep wants priority all the time, and I can't figure
Your
out how
Jeep
to
wants
change
priority over like over the phone.
it. Right.
I don't know if you unpair the Jeep, tell it to forget it, and then repair it, should put it at the bottom of the queue. I'm not sure if that's would work in this particular scenario.
I can do that, but it's a process to get it repaired.
Well, yeah, I mean that's part of the thing with the Bluetooth, right? Is that part of what makes it secure is that it is a process. Like even something simple like a little Bluetooth speaker I have, it's still a bit of an ordeal to get it repaired.
I should be able to just turn the Jeep radio off and have it not be an issue, but apparently it doesn't care.
Yeah. Once something is like, because it never really goes off, right? A lot of those devices, they always stay powered. They're just in an inactive mode. So if it's still powered and it's trying to, the Bluetooth is looking for the top priority object for it to attach to, and your Jeep is in its mind number one priority. You may be able to go into your phone setting and set your headset to be the top priority, but I'm not sure, because you're on Android, right?
Right, and I think we're stealing Four Hands Thunder because we're trying to figure out how to get headset work.
We are, but Forehand doesn't like to talk, so I feel like...
I like to get invited to the party so I can help.
Oh, I'm not in a hurry for things. I'm just killing time, but you're welcome to join me.
Thank you.
This cave looks like you might cross through to the other side.
But
Boy, I thank you for saving my life last night again.
yeah, it wasn't a big deal.
Oh, I've got.
I
I've worked on
honestly,
this one so
I don't
long.
think I was the primary savior there. I think it was the Bard song that primarily saved you. But I did slam out that cry for help and jump over and start popping you with my 23-point heals. That is
And
the
that Bard
weakness
song
of
is a
them.
big savior, like in our Sunday night game. That Bard song really helps.
Yeah, in DDO, as you start to advance, depending on where you level up your Bard in, you can get it to do a lot of really cool stuff, like give freedom of movement. Right now, our Bard character Beef, his song like gives freedom of movement, regenerates spell points, regenerates hit points. Of course, gives like +6 to your skills or something. Like it's very gross. If you are soloing, I don't think Bards are that great of a class right now, but if you're in a group, having a Bard in your party is very clutch. I tell the story sometimes, Ben, and you're here, you can tell it also. But I tell the story about how Ben one time built a buffing wizard back in like 3rd edition 3.5 or something.
Oh yeah, I built a transmutator.
Right. And
A
what...
transmutation specialist, and I took the subclass Incantatrix.
Right.
And my everything was like a level 1 I would do like little buffs, I forget what they were, enlarge. Level 2 I was doing bull strength, and by level 3 I had haste. By the time we got to 5th level, like in a single night, the damage that was attributed to me, like say if I did an enlarge, I was counting, +2 damage for each hit if I was doing
Well, that's the important part of this story, real fast, is that Ben was keeping track of pretty much everything. So like he said, if there was a hit, he would attribute 2 damage. If it was like bull strength, he would throw another 1 in, so on and so forth. And if the attack would have missed, if not for his buffs, he would count the whole attack. So these are important. All right, carry on with your story.
And by the time we got to 5th level doing haste, we were playing just like a 4 or 5 hour night. I was amassing well over 5,000 points of damage by playing a transmutation wizard. Easily outclassing the damage of an evoker. An evoker could do more damage up front at one time, but I found out that it was a transmutator that could do more damage, excessively more damage over time.
Correct. Also, you could do it over more sources. So, like, if one thing was like, haha, I'm immune to fire, and you're like all built for fire, you're like, well, I guess I can't do anything this fight. But since you're doing the damage over, you know, like a fighter with a bludgeoning weapon or a slashing, you know what I mean, like over multiple things, or rogue sneak attacks, it added up very quickly. But yeah, I was telling that story the other day, mostly again in regard to the fact that every time we would have missed but didn't because of the buffs, like we get there, I feel like there's a lot of that in our pen and paper group lately. It's like, well, 20, you know, you just look at the die roll, it's like 26. It's like, nope. Well, okay, well, plus Bard Song, plus Bless. Like, okay, 28 gets there. Like, yes. I feel like we get a lot of that currently, you know what I mean?
Yeah, in our Sunday night Pathfinder game, just 10 points above the armor class, we're getting crits like that giant dragon that we fought. I think we got a good couple of crits on it because of Bard Song and because of Bless.
Right. Yeah, the new Pathfinder, I don't like how we're taking damage now. Let's throw this. The new Bard Pathfinder system, the new Pathfinder system when it comes to crits, I like the idea of, but I feel like we're also going to be getting crit a whole lot more. I think I'm going to go ahead and shrine.
Well, it's the same thing if we had like an exploding die system.
Well, I think the monster's armor class is going to scale up faster than ours, I guess is my point. I have nothing to, to verify that belief, but I suspect that'll be the case. Like, I haven't looked at the monster manual or anything like that to know for sure. Forehand, I have 1 or 2 more stops, and then I'll be ready to reset. And then I'll show you the loop that I've been running.
Okay, sir.
Right now I'm over by Temple of Vol, and I haven't hit those other rare spots. But yeah, it's in TDO. You attack so many times, you don't even think about that stuff until you need it. So like, Beef would give me a lot of hassle because my character was often low on mana before he hit level 12. And, I'm like firing off non-empowered, no meta magic spells. But I don't have, because of the way the character is built, it's more built for survivability than it is DPS. Because my class features don't lend themselves to to survivability, So I have to put the enhancements towards survivability over offense. So yeah, I have Necrotic Bolt and Necrotic Touch as SLAs that are really strong and really efficient, but it's not the same thing as like Beef sitting there and sound bursting for not sound burst, whatever that spell is called, shouting for 8 mana, maximized and powered. It's not the same. Like, I have magic missiles. I can magic missile and do a bunch of damage, but still not like 600, not 800, whatever. You're talking like 14 times 5. Not quite in the same class. Now, I have PK as an SLA, which can just straight up kill a guy for 5 mana, which is pretty good. But if you need to like do something else, you get a lot of mana. But now that he's got that Bard Song that regenerates you 2 mana every like 5 or 10 seconds or whatever it is, I still am low on mana often, but I usually have at least 200 mana in reserve. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. It has allowed me to be able to cast maximized and powered Wall of Fires. Not like all the time, but often enough
where it
that...
matters.
Huh?
Definitely enough where it matters.
Yeah, exactly. Where before, you're spending 25 mana to cast that spell, and that spell does 2d6 plus 1 damage per caster level. So you're talking, right now it'd be 2d6 plus 10. That is not very much damage. Beef's like, you're welcome. Thank you, Beef. Thought you were all excited to come to Explorers this morning. Or not Explorers, but Slayers this morning. Come here, get love tapped. Actually, keep healing me up first and then die. But that little bit of extra regeneration is a big deal for a lot of classes. In particular, mine. I don't need this, but I do need this.
Not sure if this picture will go through or not.
Yeah, it did not. Let's click on it, take a look. Oh, yes. Your brother was playing a Warforged on his first go-through over here on the hardcore server. It was very much like that. Alright, let me see where Forehand's at. Looks like... I'm not sure. What's going on, Forehand? What's your current goal?
I'm heading up to this tomb where the prophet was supposed to be buried above the graveyard of Blood Ghost.
Okay.
And as soon as I get there, that's my explorer, and I'll step in and see what's in there, and then I'll...
Well, there's nothing in there, but that's fine.
Okay, then there's no reason to go in there.
Alright, I'm going to poof back to the bank and sell really quick, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Your body required sleep. Ugh, gross. Alright, so I'm going to throw these tome pages and shield pieces into the bank.
Those helmets will be pretty good at this compared to what we have.
Yeah, I mean that's the general idea, right? I said I have, let me see how many tapestries I've earned today. I've got 12 so far, just
8 more to go.
doing what I'm doing. And Samus, I think, has I don't know, 15 or 16 or something. So I do have a few. Good
day to you.
Hey, good morning, buddy.
Hello.
Needed sleep.
I still need more, but I could have slept till like 3 o'clock today very easily.
I don't know. As a person who will probably take a nap later, I can kind of understand. Excuse me. I'm going to throw 10 more things in the bank here for deconstructing, and then I will just sell everything else. Do some deconstructing later, but that's okay. And then at some point I'll have to check that wood is emptied the guild ship. It's not a terrible hat. I might sell that on the auction house.
Spoken truly as a rich man.
Not particularly.
I saw a forum thread where people were complaining about the prices of stuff on the hardcore, and I was like, Psh, get over to
Come to Sarlona.
Sarlona.
So that should be your response, like, welcome to Sarlona. Welcome to hardcore Sarlona. I don't know, I just sell everything for super cheap. I think the highest I've sold anything is the 15,000 plat.
I don't remember what it was, but I sold something for like 60,000.
Oh yeah, I don't think I've sold anything that high. I don't really think I bought one thing that was like in the 50,000 range. I think I bought something for that monk that immediately died.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it's the other part of the reason I was a little bit disappointed. It should have been a magic missile clicky, what can I say? Or a static 10 fire resist. I don't know, the replacement is back up to 4. So as soon as I can finish up the favor, the free agent's favor, she'll be back in the same place. Pardon me. Oh, beef, looking good. Forehand, you're almost back.
Yes.
You're gonna have to reset that. I was just in there and everything's dead.
Oh, I had just reset it already. Like, unless you were really quick. Alright, there's forehand. So I don't know everybody's preference, but I always start this direction and kind of work. I have a loop that I follow. It takes about 20 minutes to do the whole orchard. Hits all but the northern crypts. Which I feel that guy in general's got a terrible spawn rate. Of course, welcome to follow mine, or you can take your own, whatever floats your boat. Oh, it's another tome page I think I already have. It's gonna be like the live server where you're missing one and you can never get it. And you turn to like trading on the forums or something. One, two, three, four rats.
I think that I will transfer a couple of these tins to Salona. for
Characters,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
characters, sorry.
Yeah, that'll be good. The other nice thing is, I believe, if you character transfer, it you can go back and re-earn that favor. I think.
What, did he skip something?
No, I mean when you, I believe the favor refarms or refarmable when you're on a different, when you do a character transfer. So you can like re-earn the points if you wanted.
Yeah, I got my first tap.
Hey, congrats.
Everything except for that guy right there takes only one shot.
Power of Warlocks, man.
Not on the Warlock.
Oh, you're on your
I'm doing the Inquisitor. Although I have one too many wizard levels. I hope that maybe I'll get a daily dice roll and I'll end up getting a +1 and a heart, and I'll redo.
I mean, do you have 5?
He's got 4 wizard levels. 5 wizard levels is probably the right number.
I have 4. 3 is what I needed. Only needed 3.
Well,
Well,
to
don't you get another meta magic feat at 5?
yeah, let's say you probably want 5 altogether. You don't need it for Ghost Touch, but
Don't you get more damage off of your Eldritch Knight for 6?
yeah, Eldritch.
Well, Eldritch Knight, you don't have to be any level of any class.
No, but your
Yes, you
damage
do.
scales with wizard levels.
Eldritch Knight, you have to be level 6 wizard to take the core.
No, 3.
3 and then 6.
Yeah.
Doesn't each core increase the amount of damage dice you get?
No,
with
it's
your
not
level?
core. It's just your wizard levels.
Oh, okay.
So wizard levels at 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 increase damage.
So it's okay, but it's still 6.
Yeah. So you increase your damage at 6, your weapon damage.
So taking 2 more wizard levels might actually be better than being 16 arty, which I don't know what that gives you versus 14 arty.
15 arty would give you the...
Blade barrier, but you're never going to use that.
Well, but doesn't it also give you the bigger weapon buff?
It gives you the endless physiology, which stacks with the Inquisitor's one, and
Well,
they both can
that's-
stack on top.
You can take that at level 5 arty.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can.
Yes.
It says you must be level 12 already. They don't allow you to say that your character is level 12. You have to
Endless
be
Fuselage
level
is a
12
tier
already.
4 thingy. Yeah, you can do that at level 4 on your RD levels. I don't think you have to be level 5.
See.
It's like it's a tier. The Fuselage is a tier 4 enhancement.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And it says requires level 4. And I think that's all it does say.
Yeah.
Or is it? Is that it?
That's it.
Yeah, the no holds barred requires level 12,
Correct.
but not of a specific class, just level 12.
Which is why
Well-
it is slightly stronger.
Yeah. In the Inquisitor, I just need to get 2 more points. Take next level, and I'll have a no hold barred ability on it.
Yeah.
On this one.
To be really honest, the build that I thought was the strongest Inquisitive probably was the... What was it, Beef? Did we do like 4 Artie, the rest Wizard? That one that you kind of lined up for me? That first one?
Yep.
Yeah, that first one was super good. But basically every crossbow bolt that was shot out was basically a freaking fireball, because we had so many wizard levels that I was doing like 10d6 points of damage or something on the per shot or per bolt off the Eldritch Knight tree, and then the rest of the damage, which was also already good because he put so many points into Inquisitive. So I was doing something like, I don't know, like 500 points of damage, just the stuff that wasn't the weapon damage. So like the lawful
was,
dice and the...
That ghost hit me one time at the 9 constitution damage.
Really?
Really?
Wow. Alright, so I'll have to stop and kill ghosts. Can do that.
Oh, a sigil peak.
Congratulations.
I don't think I'm doing litany, but that's fine.
Oh, I plan on doing a litany.
Well, I'll pike at the door then.
It's fine.
I'm not jumping down the spikes.
Oh, that's fine. I can do that part by myself.
Well, also on this build, I forgot to tell you that we talked about it. I took 2 levels of rogue so I can have evasion, which seems like it's not really helping me, because I still, I guess it does.
Well, what is your...
Are you wearing light armor?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Do you have your int to your reflex saves? Or do you just have your dexterity that's not super high?
I don't have dexterity. That's my problem.
Yeah. So...
Didn't take insightful reflexes feat?
I went with the intelligence and then intelligence to damage.
Well, that's a
This guy's
feat.
got like, yeah.
Yeah, so you're going to want to take that insightful reflexes feat at some point, probably. Because then you don't need your dexterity to...
Yeah, I would have taken that at level 9 if I were you.
Where does that come out of? And I'll
It's a feat.
ask you here.
It's a feat.
Okay. When I get my feet, I'll look and see. Because I'm sure that we're going to be taking 13 and probably tomorrow. By
No,
tomorrow at
probably
least.
not tomorrow.
Yeah, there's a lot of 8s.
Still a lot of.
There's a lot of
So
eights.
we
I'm
saw
still
like
waiting for
4
4
or 6 and 4. We got 2 in House Deneath.
There's still quite a bit. Alright, come through that tunnel and jump towards us. Don't jump towards that. You're gonna... never mind, he's gonna...
Didn't.
Yeah, that little hill is full of a lot of crap for no reason. If
Go
we were
to
getting...
Larry's
Well,
Park
it's
forward.
an explorer area.
Yeah, and if I was getting experience, I'd worry about it, but I'm not.
And we got Vaughn 1.
Yeah, I've got 67 right now. Experience. I mean, I'm on level 67. Sorry.
Yeah, that's well over XP capped. Alright, I don't see any rats, which means the fire elemental should be here.
We have already exhausted my knowledge of where all the
Okay,
areas are.
that's fine. Nope. Not here. Like I said, this is the pattern that I've been taking, and I don't always take it, but if I decide to do the whole run, this is how I do it.
The protection, the giant goes. I mean, Skelly.
Yep. You said just as long as we're all together, and I'll try to clear a little bit more often to make sure beef doesn't get con damaged. And forehand.
I can hit most everything. I could turn around and just hit about 6 targets. Of course, I got a target chase me right now. And of course, you have to kill everything twice.
Only by this one quest.
Yeah, only over here. Apparently my shield spell wore off. I do not know where forehand is. It's not that far away, I guess. Should be able to get here still. Come on, forehand. Don't get isolated. They'll leash. Alright, here it goes. I don't know. I just thoroughly enjoy having places that you can go that are like this, that are much lower stress, and still have like worthy things to get. Alright, there'll be a firewall just inside this door. Alright, up here these guys will trip. So have a care. I'll just firewall again up here probably. Keep running. I just want to make sure that no one gets tripped. And I just fall down here. There's a little bit of a loop, but again, pretty sure this is about the most efficient path to hit as many chests per run. Thanks, guy. Appreciate you.
The eastern falls hide several small caves beyond their thunderous cascade.
Oh. There's Forehand's dog. There's Forehand.
I got a left item. We'd like to have it.
Wrong chat, buddy.
Oh, I picked up the left sigil.
Sigil? Yep.
If anybody wants it.
I got one.
That is the one that I received all.
Hey, good morning, Peter. Wait for
Is that
Forehand.
it, or you recall?
No, I'm gonna wait for Peter. We'll get the ones over there by Vol too. Or sorry, I want to wait for Forehand. I'm concerned about people getting isolated in the area where they trip you to death. When they're no longer tripping, I won't worry as much. But
What shield fragment are you missing?
that I'm missing, I don't know. I have to look again. I have like 4 now, I think, or 5.
Yeah, I just pulled shield fragment 5, which is not a common one, if I remember right.
Yeah, Samius has got the shield, so he's got the shield and the tome pages.
Love the sound effect from killing the vampire.
They scream.
Yes.
Hey. Again, I usually don't mind that kind of stuff, but we're not gonna use that as a slur. I'm tired of telling you that. Oh, the other guy's here too. Nice. Let me see. Do I still have those goggles, or did I put them away?
What goggle?
The Death Ward goggles. I don't have them. Alright, so if we do this optional, keep in mind that there are a lot of ghosts that like to neg level people.
Are you afraid of ghosts?
No, but I'm worried about
I
beef.
am.
I'm worried about beef. In fact,
I'm
beef
afraid of
might
so
just
many
want to like
ghosts.
stand someplace else. What's up? Belch even. Wow.
Nothing about the burp.
A burp?
I'm hungry.
Okay, what are you making for dinner?
Well, I couldn't find nothing. I didn't
Alright.
just want a bagel, so I was trying to decide.
Okay.
But you're
Streaming for like another hour, yes.
gonna need to eat.
Okay, well,
So I don't know what.
figure it out, Sally.
You know if I needed to like worry about you or
Not for now.
So if I were to go feed myself, I would have to worry about you in an hour.
Yes, possibly.
Hey, beef.
Or I
grab
could just go ahead and eat a bagel and then in an hour.
When I'm done working, we can eat. Around
I
2
don't know
o'clock.
what. I know.
Like my schedule every
Sometimes
day.
you just like take a nap. No, sometimes you just take a nap. Or
When I'm done, it'll be at 2 o'clock, and then we can decide from there. Not here.
doesn't help me decide what I should do.
Go have a snack.
Okay.
Swear, I'm just gonna start micromanaging you, and you're just gonna have to get used to it.
Asked her how her eye is this morning.
No, it's terrible. Let's not talk
I'm
about it.
sorry.
Let's not bring it up. I'm just gonna cut them out and give her new eyes soon.
Well, they're a lot better than if I were sitting at the computer looking at reading charts all day.
Alright, I'm gonna pop in a Vol and go ahead and shrine. I have not had to do that, but it's fine. The bowling alley is basically straight in front,
This once magnificent temple
and we'll be right there.
Hey, thanks for
Forehand
for the
said,
concern.
she says thank you for the concern.
Well, I've had eye problem once, and I know it's very.
Sucks. For some reason, being able to see just is super important.
I don't know.
Could you read all day and make money if you can see?
No, I do not.
Yeah. It's hard.
I game all day on a 17-inch monitor.
Probably couldn't do that either.
It's so small.
Oh, I said 17. I meant 23.
Three?
23.
Alright.
Yeah, I bought a Samsung with the protection blue already built into it. It's very nice. It's got a curved screen, and so you don't get that effect that everybody else gets for looking at a monitor so long, so many hours.
Curves.
I don't know. All I know is she's got she's back on her prescription drops. The order trying to figure out if they can get her the other prescription drops. And she doesn't like wearing her new blue blockers, although she did admit that they helped.
I can't wear them with my glasses.
Right, and she can't wear them with her glasses, so. Alright, was the bowling alley empty?
Yes.
Okay.
Double recall then.
Nope, there are 2 more spots outside the bowling alley. up the bullet or out of the bowling alley and up and around. And I'll check it. Listen, Peter, it's totally fine that you can come in, you can talk, but I've asked you not to use that kind of language, especially not during the daytime stream. And I'm just going to start blocking the accounts that do that. Eventually, you'll either get tired of making new accounts or you'll learn. It's up to you. Alright, she is not in the top. Said you're welcome to make fun of me, but I would appreciate it if you did not use that kind of language during the daytime stream, or use those certain words as a slur. She is in the bottom one here. Yeah. Alright. Now you can recall after leaving this chest.
Beef, can I give you mine sigils from now on until you get a helmet?
What?
Can I give you my sigils so that you can get a helmet?
Those are called tapestries, and you can trade those at any time.
At this time, I can give them to you.
You just hold on to them.
You can also give them to him later, or you can help out.
Yeah, they're fully tradable or auctionable or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do whatever with them.
You guys help me out so much, you know.
It's fine. Don't worry about that right now. Like I said, Beef will get his thing after a couple more runs, I'm sure.
Okay, I am out.
Alright, so again, that's the loop that I've been running. If you guys have any questions or things you'd like to change, feel free to say something.
Just enjoying the company.
But I'm at 17 taps now, so
I have 3.
there you go. Beef theoretically has a full 1, but I'm gonna continue kind of running. I think this will just be a chill afternoon / morning for me, and then when we're done, we'll make sure Beef gets his helm.
I mean, I'm happy to do this until 2 or until we have enough to buy everybody one. Sure,
Yeah. So, I said I'm pretty chill at just knocking this out. Again, like I was saying earlier this morning, tome pages, shield fragments, sigil pieces, all these things are things that you can farm out of here.
Yep.
And they're all good. Alright, the rats are not here. They're all good. The only real problem is you do have to hit a variety of chests, because if you ransack just the wagons and the rats, then you have to like really start going out of your way, I feel, instead
I'm
of
surprised
doing a pattern.
that they do not sell a ransack reset thing in the store.
I have always said that. It was one of the things that I suggested to Glenn in the way back when I also introduced raid bypass timers.
I almost blamed you for something, but you did not put them in the anniversary event, so I won't blame you for.
Okay.
That was their decision.
Yes, I do like the new dark theme quite a bit, actually.
What dark theme?
So Twitch has a dark theme mode.
I've been using better Twitch TV, and it has had dark mode for.
Yeah, Twitch has had a dark mode for a long time, but they upgraded it today.
Okay.
And it looks really nice. The old dark one was fine, but the new dark one I think is much better. I have not
Dark
even
one.
seen the new white one. Like no safe sunburst. Yeah, oh, he's in the top one. Yeah, it can be pretty intense. That is for sure. See, this is just me right now, right? Yeah, I can just heal this guy and kill him like
No,
that.
I'm killing him.
No, oh, did you? Okay. Well, then I apologize for healing that guy all the way full before killing him. Insightful Stunning 3 Mace. Gross. It's kind of an interesting buff, though. Oops, pick this up. So how is everyone? I personally am doing pretty okay. The wife called in sick today because her eyes have been really bothering her for a while now. And apparently she called to let her office know that her eyes have just been so goobered up that it's becoming really hard to focus, and she's afraid of making some mistakes. And the woman who answered the call, her boss, is like, yeah, you sound really terrible too. You should definitely get some extra sleep. My wife's like, I that's not the problem. But okay, thank you. I find that hilarious. Don't see forehand. Forehand, we're at the beholder chest.
Yes, I know.
Okay. Look, I'm making sure all the cats are getting hurdled, okay?
Thank you.
What does the wifey do at her job? She is a medical coder. So she takes the various medical charts and turns them into codes. And then those codes get shipped off to billing. And billing processes those codes into your final bill for hospital stays and stuff like that. Medical visits. So she basically sits and stares at a computer, tries to read doctor handwriting all day long.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Them and lawyers work.
So you can understand why it's important to be able to see, especially like scanned in doctor's handwriting. Yes, she into codes that get that later used to get billed. She is part of that chain, but not that.
Small tool is the
I might just turn off YouTube chat. It continues to. Yeah, I suspect she's got something worse going on. So like her eyes will recover when she wears her glasses and puts in her eye drops. But then if she puts in a pair of contact lenses, they'll be really good for like a few hours. But then when she wakes up, like you take the contacts out before you go to sleep, but then her eyes will be all red and agitated afterwards. The steroid drops seem to help after a couple of days, but she's only supposed to use them for a couple
This
of days.
conversation is making my eyes water.
There you go. So anyway, Todd.
I don't know why. It's weird.
Yeah, something is going on. But it's basically making her eyes like 20% more blurry. I feel like her prescription has probably just changed, and her eyes are just working really hard to make up the difference. Put a firewall up here for everybody.
The rat wasn't there. I'm trying to turn on your stream right now, and I have it on another computer, so
It's fine.
I have to work one keyboard and one mouse to operate.
Alright, so we're already through that tunnel. That guy's not there, and then you can...
I already saw.
Okay. How about Remington and the boys in group? As far as I know, everyone's doing good otherwise. Remington did get a ticket for running a stop sign, and it was so funny. He was like, oh, if I just go pay the fine, I don't have to pay the court costs. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you have to pay the court costs, Remy.
You definitely do.
And he's like, no, I'm pretty sure you don't. I'm like, okay, well, I'm pretty sure you do, but you can do whatever you want. So he's like, well, then I'm just going to go fight the ticket. I'm like, if you got the time, you can do that. He's like, there's no downside for fighting the ticket if I already have to pay the court costs, right? I'm like, what?
The opportunity cost of your time, which is not free.
Right. And he's like, well, then I should just go fight it. I'm like, that's up to you, bud, but I would do some research first before I made a decision to do something like that. So he texts me a little bit later after he was doing some Googling and asking around. Apparently the way that county is set up, they will increase the fine if you go in there and argue your ticket poorly. No, he wasn't in a rush. He had some insomnia like at 3 o'clock in the morning and went to go to this 24-hour gas station a few blocks away. But it was dark, a little bit rainy, and I guess the stop sign was partially covered.
Also, cops, like, on the overnight shift, they're so bored that they just pull you over and give you a ticket free.
Right. So I'm like, I don't know, kid, as far as I'm concerned, if you want to go... Because he's like, I saw the cop car, but they didn't have any lights on. And I'm like, they don't have to have their headlights on, but I was still under the impression in Kansas you had to have your running lights on if you were working as a police officer. But Beef said that is not the case anymore.
I didn't say that.
I thought it was you that said that.
It was not me, because I was under that impression also.
Okay. But he's like, no, they didn't have any lights on at all. And I'm like, no running lights? It's like, no, I didn't see them. So
They only had to have those little yellow ones on the side on.
correct. The running lights.
Well, in the state of Tennessee, doesn't make any difference. A cop can give you a ticket for any reason that he thinks it's justified. Regardless, it's in a car, parked, asleep in a side of a store. If he saw you, he was standing inside a store and he saw you ran a stop sign, he could go out, flag you down, and give you a ticket. As far as that goes, our state even allows people, for example, which is one of the things that's in the news. Person was at a party, was having drinks at the party. She went out, and I said she got in her car looking for something, got out of her car, policeman walked over to her and said, have you been drinking? She said, yes, but I'm not operating a car. And he said, but you were in the car. Says, behind the steering wheel. You got charged her for drunk driving. Of course, I think they dismissed it in the court, but she still had to pay a fine for publicly being intoxicated, even though she wasn't really drunk.
Yeah, that's not a thing in Kansas. There, only if the keys are in the ignition. I have heard stories of people falling asleep listening to the radio or whatever in their driveway and getting a ticket because the keys are in the ignition.
Yeah, I think it was just a matter of he was not awake, and in my opinion, he should not have been driving if he was not that awake to be fully alert. But
Probably.
live and learn. Pay a ticket. I don't know. I told him, I'm like, I'm a once and done on a ticket. I got one ticket one time. I'll never get another ticket again if I can help it.
That's it?
Yeah,
So-
I was driving home after doing like a 24, 48 hour shift or whatever at the radio station, like one of those super long shifts I used to do all the time. And it was like 6:30 in the morning, and I did a rolling stop at one of the... You have to come all the way over here to this one before the chest will spawn, unfortunately, unless you see rats. And I could see clearly in both directions, so I was like, all right. And you know how you do, you slow down to like 1 mile an hour or whatever, and then you just go. And cop pulled me over, was like, hey, you rolled through that stop. I'm like, yeah, I did. I admit it. Like, sorry, I just got off work, I'm really tired, but I could clearly see in both directions that no one was coming, and I went ahead and went. She's like, yeah, you have to come to a full complete stop. And then when she looked for my insurance, I had my wife's insurance. Like, it was the good insurance, but it was not for my car, it was for my wife's car. I'm like, oh, we just must have flipped up the insurance. So she's like, okay, well, I could let this stop sign go, but I can't let the insurance go.
Yeah, but that's just a fix-it ticket. You just bring it into the courthouse.
Right. So then I brought that in, but I still end up having to pay, like, the court costs and whatever. I'm like, this is BS. Like I got out of the...
You're like, it's $50 fee or whatever.
Oh, it was like... What? Yeah, it was way more than that, though.
Really? Our court costs here are like $46 or $43.
Yeah, no, it was like $83 or something. Because I remember thinking, like, what? I didn't even do, like, no, there's no... Again, like what Remington was saying, like, there's no court. Why am I paying for all this other stuff that we're not doing?
Courts are the taxman.
Well,
Yep.
the court also pays for retirement, and so
I don't give
court
an
fees,
S.
it goes into their retirement fund.
I don't give an S.
The traffic cops are the taxman.
Yep,
That's their
they are
job.
the tax man. So I was like, alright, the rat's not here. So I was like, what the S? And I'm like, I'm never getting another ticket again. So I don't speed. My wife likes to make fun of me because I'm like, if I accidentally go over 1 mile an hour, I'm like, oh, gotta fix this. Like, I don't speed. I don't do anything. I got pulled over one time because the headlight was out. And I thought the cop, I didn't know it was in the wife's car. And I'm like, yeah, I have no idea what's going on. This is my wife's car. I never drive it. Sorry about that.
The last time that
Okay.
I got a ticket, I was following a girl home from a bar. She was like, "Oh yeah, I don't want to leave my car here. Just follow me back to my place." Oh, okay. And she like ran through a stop sign, so I ran through the stop sign to try and keep up.
Oh, man.
You got pulled over. The cop was like, "I was gonna pull over the guy in front of you, but then you ran through that thing too." I was like, "God damn it."
No, I'm not lawful neutral by any stretch of the imagination. I'm reluctantly lawful because I don't want to get punished. You know, a lot of people say that punishment type system doesn't work or whatever, but by God, I paid one ticket. I do not want it to happen again. And
There were
then
no rares in here.
I was driving through a school zone a few years later, and to this day, I'm adamant that the lights were not flashing, and so I went through at 30 miles an hour. Cop pulled me over, gave me a ticket. He's like, "Hey, you're doing 30 in the school zone." I'm like, "The lights aren't flashing." He's like, "Yeah, they were." I'm like, "No, they weren't. Like, you're crazy." And he gave me the ticket. I went to work, or went to school, and I was so mad. And then I went to the arena, and I told them what happened. And they're like, "There's no school today. School's out." And I'm like, does that mean that the signs don't flash? And they're like, no,
No,
I think they'll still flash, but there's
They
no
still
school.
do.
Yeah. I'm like, I know that those signs were not flashing. Like, I know it wasn't flashing. Still, to this day, I'm adamant about it. And they're like, no, you... But the cop called me a few hours after that. And I said, yeah, I was just gonna go to the court and fight it because there was no school that day. He's like, yeah, don't bother. I'm tearing the ticket up right now. I'm like, thank you. Alright, I'm gonna go run to the shrine and then reset. Another fake story to make you look cool. No, these are all real life stories. I am many things, but I'm not a liar.
Here again.
Yeah, that because they were tearing up the ticket, the cop called. Because the cop also did not realize that there's no school. Because when there's no school zone, regardless of whether or not the lights were flashing. Like the school zone is only effect during school hours. And only during those specific time on school days. It was really just a happy coincidence, really, that... Because like I said, I still don't think that light was flashing. 20 mile an hour is the limit in Kansas for the school zone. Did I send him chocolates and flowers? No, I did not, because the other part of that story is I was driving to Brell's old Lincoln, and we were having some problems with it. I thought the alternator was in the process of going out. It turns out that was not the reason that the car was acting up. But so he pulled me over, and the car he made me turn the car off, and I had to jump it that morning to get started, and the car was, lo and behold, it was dead when I pulled over. And I pulled over in not a private driveway, but there's like this private road that goes off to this, it's really a low housing apartment complex. But to be in there, you're supposed to be a person who lives there or whatever, so it's like a semi-private road. But I pulled over there because the other road was a major road, and I didn't want to be parked on a major road when I got pulled over. And, so the car wouldn't start. So I called Tobrell, and I'm like, hey man, I'm here. The car won't start. I don't know what to do. Can you come get me? This is when Chris was still living in Salina, going to school. So he had to get up and come get me, or jumpstart the Lincoln, because this cop pulled me over.
I made a cop jumpstart me one time. He pulled me over or whatever, and because my lights were acting, and I was like, yeah, well, he's like, I need you to turn off the car, and I was like, okay, well, the reason my lights are funny and the reason I don't want to turn off the car is because my alternator. So if I turn off the car, you're gonna have to give me a jump start. And he's like, I just need you to turn off the car. And then he tried to leave afterwards. I was like, no, you come back over here and give me a jump start.
Sorry, remember how you're supposed to jump me? Yeah, like he was on a bike. So I was like, well, I don't know what to do now. I can't start the car. He's like, well, you're gonna have to move it. I'm just like, you pulled me over. I told you the reason why I didn't want to do that. Why I didn't want to turn the car off. You made me, and now it's. I'm like, come on, man. Now you're like, yeah, if you can't get this thing out of here pretty soon, I'm gonna have to give you a ticket for being parked where you're not supposed to. Like, what the shit, dude? Yeah, when you make stupid comments, Peter, I'm not gonna respond to them anymore. So it's up to you. You either be part of the conversation or you be part of the problem. I'm in a really good mood, and I'm not in the mood for shenanigans. So, your call, bud. Yeah, Peter's over on YouTube. He's currently under like his 18th account. The old weed smoker. Pale Trapper Samus, yep. I'm not Mr. Internet, I'm Mr. Owner of this channel. It's mine. Do what I say or leave. No third options. But yeah, I did a video on Pure 1 to 10 Pale Master. It's pretty much the same. I am experimenting with Deep Gnome instead of more points into the Harper leadership. But it's basically the same build except 2 levels of Rogue for trapping skills. Have a good night.
The border is white. That's new for me.
The border is white.
Around your broadcast today.
Twitch changed their stuff today.
Ah, is that what it is? It looks totally different. Everything
Yeah, I
is
saw that too.
white as snow, and then around it, and then everything your shows is dark.
Yeah, they also should have a dark mode if you want. That's what Todd was saying. Was that the new light is super bright.
Well, it stands out, especially with the black tie.
Is it titanium white?
So white.
That's how Bob Ross says it, or said it. As the case may be.
But yeah, we're definitely all in on that stat right there, that int stat. Although we did spend a little bit of extra effort to get our strength up higher, because I'm just tired of not being able to evade because I had too much
What's
jump.
your intelligence at?
36.
Pretty good.
Yeah, not bad for first life at level 12.
Better than my charisma.
Alright, my friend, get some sleep. You'll know where I'll be later. Probably right here. Get annoyed at the 13th named gym I can't do anything with.
I'm getting a lot of +5 thieves tool.
That's good. That's a lot of bank.
It's a lot of money.
Just let you use them as far as I care.
Oh, that too. Yeah, I'm not too bad. The anger is actually quite a bit less, I think, the last couple of weeks. Wow. Just from out here?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a bunch. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, well,
Go ahead. Go ahead, forehand.
I was going to say, I remember when we came out here and people were selling those one at a time at a ridiculous price.
Yeah. People are scumbag.
Alright, Randy, go attack the beholder, please. I like how when you kill this guy, like the whole with a PK, the whole area turns blue. Like for years away. I got some +5 these tools that time.
This tower rises high above the orchard.
It's so weird I have like 110 plus int or something on my Pale Master and can't kill undeads of all things. Well, you can now. Like, having the ability to... This guy, Unholy Avatar, is actually really... It's weird that the aura doesn't trigger it. but like you love tap it once with the negative energy, and then you can hit it a second time, and you're good. Yeah, it is new. It came out with the pass.
Somebody's microphone is going crazy.
I think it's been eating.
That's mine because the
Does cough, 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 cough. What's it called? Unholy Avatar. Unholy Avatar. I said it definitely is sweet. Again, I'm not sure why they don't let you, why the aura doesn't seem to want to work with it. Correct. But like Death Aura, in my opinion, should be able to activate that ability. So if a Death Aura ticks, they should all get that weakness, and then I should be able to kill them. But the Death Aura doesn't work. I don't know if that was done intentionally, or if it was just overlooked.
Or it may be they thought this gave you too much power.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it would be that. I mean, because you can just do a energy burst, right? You can do the negative energy burst and another one. So, and that's on like a 3-second cooldown or something. It's ridiculous. 6 maybe. If you don't see that chest in there, Beef, where that rat was at, then he's not here. Yeah, that, the changes they have made to Pale Master are very, very good. They have been impressing me on their Wizard Pass. I think the Eldritch Knight changes were very good. I think the Eldritch, this pass has been very good. I'm looking forward to see what they do with the last one.
Probably nothing, because that tree's already good.
I feel like they should do something at the low levels on it. It's just, it's not great.
Grudge has perished to level 13.
Oh, rough. Negative energy worst is greater than Wail of the Banshee. They're two different things.
Not on Reaper mode, it's not.
They're definitely two different things.
If you're running mid-level Reapers and you have enough DCs to whale stuff, whales.
I feel like you're trying. That's comparing apples and oranges.
That's like saying Finger of Death is not as good as Disintegrate.
I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can. Wail of the Banshee, the undeath, or the monsters. It specifically makes them vulnerable to negative energy, but it doesn't say to like vulnerable to death effects.
The answer to your question is
Yeah, I have not had a Pale Master live that. I mean, get to the point where I could cast Will of the Banshee yet. since the changes. Oh.
Tolson and Diana died almost identically at the same time.
So negative energy burst obviously is great. The different bolts are really strong. That's the main thing. But there's a ray that I get next level, necrotic ray. That thing is 18 levels of boner alert. Oh my gosh.
It has the double range, which is nice.
It has double range and it hits for like a freight truck. So Samius was doing the Hound of Zoriat and the Vision of Destruction raid last night. And when we kind of got low when we were on our burst DPS mode or whatever, I was fusilazing and then throwing in a necrotic ray whenever. The necrotic ray was just taking massive chunks out of Sully. Like he was hitting for, like the lowest hit I think was 1200 damage. But I'm sure I hit much higher than that. Say something funny. Pikachu. Pikachu's a funny word. The problem is with spells in a spellbook is that they don't scale very well in Epic. Yeah. A lot of that stuff goes over level, will level up higher now. And you can also increase, with items, you can increase the maximum level. So you can get quite a bit of value out of the bigger spells.
You skipped this guy in the waterfall. He was in there.
Oh, the bottom waterfall?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my bad. I was distracted. I think it's all about how you use what spells. Because I played casters and epics for years and didn't have any problem. I do not play a lot of epics now, so I do not know how epics are affected by certain things now so
Well,
much.
I will tell you that like the Glacier spell, those new like level 9 spells from
Oh, yeah.
Sorcerer are ridiculous in epics. You can hit for like over 100,000 damage.
Yeah, those are very, very good. Pikachu's not your favorite Pokemon? I don't know what my favorite Pokemon is. Probably Wobbuffet.
Wow, the fit.
Probably on my short list for sure.
So I heard you liked Mudkips.
I did play a lot of Shirati. I did play a lot of Shirati back in the day. That was like the
Level
best way.
15.
Back when I was doing all of my heroic past lives or epic past lives. Have I added Mixer yet? I have not. I have not.
I think my favorite Pokemon is Swoduo. This one looks like a tree with boxing glove.
Oh, Sudowoodo?
Yeah, Sudowoodo.
I like Sudowoodo too, actually. I think the reason I like Wobbuffet is because that's what James' Pokemon was. And I actually like the Team Rocket characters a lot. Alright, I'm going to firewall there, firewall over here. Which should be good.
I also like War Turtle.
That guy's good.
He's better stats than Blastoise in the video game. At least in Red and Blue. Which is the only ones that I
I also like the big tiger dog thing.
Arcanine.
Arcanine.
If we're talking original Pokemon, I know them, but after the
Yeah,
original
I don't-
series, my vision gets foggy.
Let's see. Plate of Vanilla, Arcane Healer, Invoker. Those spells like Bursted Glacial Wraith cost a lot of spell points since they are not SLAs. They do. And it's all about min-maxing your damage per spell point, which is something that, as a wizard, you get used to doing.
Or become friends with the bar.
Or become friends with the bard. Especially
Praise the
considering letting Beef tell me how terrible and rusty I am. Samius, your spell bar is always empty. It's not empty. It's not like 300 points. Always empty.
It's like we start the quest and you have like 15% of your bar left.
I buff a lot of people.
Yeah, are you like quickened and
No.
and heightened extended buffs? What's
Some of the buffs are extended, but not. I don't think any of the ones that I'm casting on anybody else but myself is. And actually, I'm not even sure any of those are extended right now either. Oh, jump is extended.
Probably doesn't need to be, right? Probably lasts like 13 minutes.
Now last 10 minutes. I only have 10 levels of wizard.
That's enough.
I don't know. We've gone quite a bit without it. Yeah, jump is the only spell that's currently extended. Oh, I take that back. The death auras are extended. When I cast them, I want them to last a long time. But those
I have
are
haste and displacement extended. That's it.
yeah. When haste is prepared, it is
Oh,
is
and
extended.
Murphic's Blessing.
Yeah. But like when I can free up a few more points, I can start going up the Eldritch Knight tree a little bit. Then I can shift Mage Armor and Shield to the SLAs. That won't shave nearly as much as we think or would think, but it'll help some. Realistically, it's going to come down to there's a couple of items that will reduce the costs. I just haven't had an opportunity to work them in yet.
Forehand's giving us the silent treatment.
I'm just listening. I'm getting education.
Trying to read this here. I remember my first EE pre-Reaper Giant Hold raid, I spent like 40% of my first Life Sorcerer spell point buffing people. Huh. Yeah, I mean, you have to be flexible, right?
Nope, you don't have to.
Not now, but then you did.
House the bodies of those
Nah, you just tell people you're not giving them a buff. Like, nah, you don't need it.
Love it. Alright, recalling.
Ring.
Next time there's a Nintendo Direct, react to it on live stream. It would be the same reaction I have to hearing that there's a Nintendo Direct now. Okay.
I don't know or care what that is.
It's just like a Nintendo news thing. It's how they.
I don't care.
Well, now you know.
I still don't know.
My
but
son gets really excited for them. I do not.
I know I am glad to get these stitches out come Monday. Oh man.
Yeah, you getting itchy?
Oh, they're terrible. I have never had stitches that are like real thick fish line. It's driving me crazy.
Are they in a part of
They're
your body
still in the
that
car
moves around
dashboard.
a lot?
Yeah, my shoulder.
Okay. I was gonna say last time I got stitches, they dissolved after a while.
Some do, some don't. The ones that are dissolvable actually cost more.
Oh,
But they're
okay.
done because it's expected that the person has a low chance of coming back, or usually for people who don't speak the same language, they're not going to understand to come back. They live too far away to bother coming back. Or for whatever reason you think they won't come back because they either lack intelligence or hate doctors or whatever reason.
Huh. I wonder why they gave them to me then, because I don't feel like I qualify for any.
Well,
Did you have
Maybe they
insurance?
just wanted to charge me more.
Did they have?
And
How's your insurance?
they're also used for inverted stitches or under the skin stitches, where they're completely buried. And you may have indicated somehow during your stay that you would be a very high risk for not coming back.
Your favorite life is still the battle engineer, Arto technician hybrid. Caster main, shooter secondary more fun, but shooter main, caster secondary is more sustainable. Yeah, that's not a good thing. I've been really enjoying the mostly wizard, little bit of arty hybrid that's shooting off the inquisitive bolts in Eldritch Knight. I really enjoyed that build a lot.
The mostly pure favorite soul inquisitive is also really.
Yeah, that would probably also be quite strong.
The 4 RT16 Rogue Inquisitive is also really, really good if you have other people to run with, because you get a crap ton of sneak attack.
Yeah, I would imagine that would be really true. All I know is mine just kept getting murdered when I tried to build it on the hardcore server. Your bard friend should fine you $5 every time your spell points reaches Echo of No, because then he would literally send me a bill.
I can send you 5 copper in the mail if you want.
I was gonna ask how that went.
Well, that's fine. I just opened them all, put them away.
Yeah, like I said, called him a plat her time we sent one, so that was the. Listen, you copper. How did the I want to change the subject. How did your go last night about your farming for gear out in Reagan?
Well, I instructed Samius that he was wrong about where a particular item came from. That saved us some runs, and I got everything I wanted.
Yep. No, that docent that I gave you the other day forehand is I want the robe equivalent that comes out of there, and that comes out of a different quest.
Oh. Me, I'll take anything I can get. Work on this tune with.
Yeah. I hear it's really hard to songwrite.
You're the worst.
I know. It's what I keep telling everybody. Some people don't believe me. Yeah, I don't know. The changes they have made to Pale Master are very, very good.
I forgot to see how much XP I got out here for 750 kills.
0. You got 0
Yep,
zero XP.
It's this guy, Silver Flame Commander. Is that right?
No, that's a broken.
That's an epic guy.
That's an epic guy that bled over by mistake.
Okay, can I ask why I wouldn't get XP?
Because you're XP capped.
75 is the cap. The end of 75. If you're or 65, 60.
Oh.
That means you're getting monster manual XP.
Okay.
Or eating your gems from your daily dice.
Yeah. You are over XP. That is the downside of doing everything on Reaper and
Doing all
getting
the
and
quests.
getting all the quests is that you're going to live over XP cap a lot.
Which means that I could literally go from 12 to 14
Yes.
without even going out.
Correct. You could stand at the trainer and you could go to 14 if you wanted. You should have been in bed like 20 minutes ago. You blame us all for being funny. Well, that's what happens, man. I can't help being funny.
But I have 737 kills, so when we hit it, I will tell you the number if you're in.
Was there anything at the top?
Yes.
Yes, there was a chest up there at the very top.
This cage
If you like the traffic cop thing, what's that stupid cop called?
Paul Blart Mall Cop.
No.
Is this a quell? I don't want to fight.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's a mummy. Or, no, it's not. It's a shadow.
Here we go. I'll play this little video for people, or for you, but I have to get it to come up first. This is not the video necessarily that I wanted it to come up at. Oh, you're just gonna take off. Alright, never mind then. But Google like fastest cop ever.
Oh, that's insane video.
That video is so amazing.
That guy has like bionic legs or something.
There is a chest underneath the waterfall, the passage pass through.
You should have your 20 by now, I bet.
Who?
How many do you have?
Let me see how many I have right now. I'm getting close. Except for the guy sneaking up. I've got 17.
Yeah, well, you have 4 more than I do.
17. How many did you say you had, Beef?
13.
13. Okay. So we're close to I can make up the difference for you guys.
And I have 7 and 8 tone page.
I've
Yeah,
got a
that's
tone
nice.
page
Shield
2.
fragment 3 and 5.
Now I've got 18 tapestries.
I also feel like +2 tomes can come out of the orchard.
I just had a +1, but it's for listening. It's going from 1 to 2, which I had listening 1, so I got the.
No, I mean stat tomes.
I haven't had a stat tone over here yet. Well, that's not true. I've had one charisma 8, and the guy got killed the next episode.
Alright, Randy is standing next to another chest forehand. And the one of the fire elemental spots, the one by the
I know.
Okay.
I see it.
$9,828.
There you go.
That's how much experience you get for 750.
AKA 0.
You wanted to know the number. That's what it was.
Yep.
And we're still getting a lot of good reading down out here for our guild.
Yeah, lots of chests. And because you're looking to loot a lot of chests to get a lot of the things, so you don't ransack anything. There's quite a few runs that you can make. This is what, our 4th run? My 5th. I think I got 1 done before you guys got in. Good. That's a bummer.
What?
No 0 rares on this side so far.
We had the one.
Oh, I guess we had the fire elemental. I forgot about the fire elemental. Oh, I will pick up this sack. Necrotic gem. Priest of damnation, destroy all creatures.
They cannot be regenerated.
They cannot be regenerated.
They should reprint that card in standard.
Oh, man, are you kidding?
No.
People would lose their mind if damnation made it back.
Mono Black is actually really strong right now, too.
Oh, it's so good. That night thing that they printed,
You're gonna have to be more specific. There's a lot.
the Hero's Downfall night,
Oh yeah, that card's good.
so good. Did I tell you that I got to play Gabby Sparks on the Streamer Showdown thing?
Did you win?
I did. And then I went back and I watched her perspective. The whole time I was like, man, I'm gonna lose. This is gonna suck. I had to like jump through some hoops to play my best card. But I it was all I had was the Planeswalker, basically. My other things I played were a 1/1 for 1 with haste and a 2/1 flyer with flash. And that's like basically all I was able to cast. And I was color host, and then I flooded out, and she was color host. And she's like drawing all these cards and stuff, and she's like, alright, well, we're gonna kill Oko. Like, but killing Oko puts you dead on board. Like, watching her replay it, like, if you make that attack, you're dead on board. And then I was able to flash back Oko at end of turn with an instant speed regrowth, which was like literally the 4 cards that I had that weren't land, were those 2 creatures, Oko. There's a mana artifact that gives you pick a color and it taps for that color, and then all creatures of that color get +1/+0. And then that flash card. So that's all I had. But watching her like, why does all of our opponents have this Oko? We can't beat it. And it's like, what? This deck is not very good.
I don't even know what that card does.
So Oko is a 3-mana Planeswalker. +2, make a food token. +1, turn target creature or artifact into a 3/3 elk token, and it loses all abilities.
And minus is like exchange creature.
Yeah, and minus you get a flip. Their 3 mana, or sorry, not 3 mana, 3 power creature turns into your creature or artifact or whatever. Your side doesn't matter, but their side does.
Alright guys, I'm gonna jump off comms. You have a good one.
Have a good night,
Good,
buddy.
buddy.
You have a good day too.
So, I don't know. I think that Planeswalker is going to be really, really good. A lot of people are like, this guy's just a gimmick or not good or whatever, but I like him.
Did you see a 13 and a 14 just up?
It's both a 13 and a 14.
And a 12.
Rugger and... I don't know how you say that. Zhang?
Zhang.
Zhang?
G-Ring. Jang. Did you already go in this house?
I have not. I'm right behind you. So you
Oh,
check the
somebody was up
bowling
there.
alley. I'll go up top. I do like that little bowling alley. I think that's got a lot of flavor.
It's pretty funny.
Like, what else are the undead gonna do for centuries while they wait for adventurers? They're gonna
They
bowl.
could pick up sticks.
Yeah.
They could play Pinochle. There's a song about that.
Oh, I love Pinochle.
See up top?
Negative. Alright, unfortunately this will probably be my last run, because I imagine if I do not end the stream by 2 o'clock, I will lose a hand.
Yeah, probably.
I suspect the hunger is great in that one. So, yep. What I'm going to do is I'm going to double recall and try to get a ship invitation from Beef before he logs off. And with that, I'll probably be wrapping up for the afternoon. I'll probably come back and do some more runs later if I have a chance. Beef, how many tapestries
Still
did you need?
13. That's how many I have. 13.
Alright, so here's 7 for you. Forehand, how many did you need?
Oh, hang on for 1 second. Let's see, where's my inventory? I have
You have how many?
18.
Alright, so you just need 2 more to make a hat. Alright, forehand, trade me. Here's 2 for you, make a hat.
Hang on for a second.
Just
Give you some
take them. Oh, okay. I'll take that. Throw it in the box. See how
Yeah,
close I
and
can
I
get.
don't think I have anything.
That's fine. Alright. There's a hat for you, and that should be a hat for you. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So many. Yeah, I didn't think so. Alright, 1 second. Sorry. I can't.
That's why I didn't pick up all that junk. Oh, here, you can have this too.
Alright, sweet.
Thank you.
Yep. Listen, I'll go put this stuff in the bank and whatnot. Again, if you don't have a +6 stat hat, there's a lot of good helms you can grab.
I think there's one that's actually double, isn't there? There's one's got intelligence and is it
Charisma.
wisdom
There's
or charisma?
an int charisma one, which I actually would consider if I didn't found this awesome spot intelligence one.
I think you have to put. I don't think you'll accept them. I think you have to put them in a bag, don't you?
You do. You have to put them in a bag first. Just gotta get that quest. But yeah, it's pretty good. A lot of good hats.
Just taking the lineup.
That also an excellent choice. Don't forget to sell your Vathis gem or whatever, unless you want to keep one for some reason.
I literally did not pick one. Can you believe that?
I can. So on the live servers where I have what I call my trash can, it's no big deal. I just go up there, drag it up there. It's 13 XP for my Reaper gem or whatever it's called. Intelligent weapon. But here on the hardcore server, for space is actually at a premium. It's a little bit different. Anyway, everybody, let's take a look at see who else is playing Dungeons and Dragons online today. Oops. Strim Tom must be playing. Yep, Strim Tom, myself. I do not know the rest of these people, so we're going to raid Strim Tom. Alright, as always, this particular month happens to be half price subscriptions, September. So you don't have to subscribe to me, but I would really appreciate it. But please take the opportunity to subscribe to somebody this month. $2.50 should not hopefully be the big deal for you, but it will make a big deal to a streamer out there who's looking to put a couple of bucks together. This is a list of the people who supported me last month, and I really appreciate each and every one of them. So please consider hitting that button for somebody this month. Again, I would love it if it was me, but if it's somebody else, so be it. Alright, everybody, peace and much love. We'll see you in a few hours. Toodles.
Bye, everybody.